Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for the Walking Dead universe. We're going to go through some Daryl Dixon Season 3 filming news and go through some of your Q&A comments. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video, we're going to be doing another video. We're going to go through more of your Q&A Walking Dead questions for this week. After the major one we had last time, you guys left a lot of more comments and questions, so we're going to go over these and discuss them. So, of course, this week, this Friday, we have Comic-Con, so that's kind of why I'm also getting the Q&A done early in the week, because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of information releasing here soon, and obviously a lot of discussion videos that'll come, with that. But yeah, so very excited for Comic-Con, very excited for all that stuff. I also figured I would kind of give you all a little bit of an update for Daryl Dixon Season 3. I've had some information. Some people have been letting me know on my server, Dan's Reviews Discord server, by the way. Quick plug for that. If you're interested in joining the Dan's Reviews server, it is linked below, so if you want to come chat with the community, definitely go ahead and do that. Yeah, so anyway, we have some news for Daryl Dixon, a little bit. Apparently, Season 3, from what I'm at least hearing, is going to be filming in Spain in August. So it's not filming yet. I thought it would be, but apparently it's not. Apparently Season 3 is going to be in Spain in August, and they're going to be filming that for probably the remainder of the year, and we'll be getting that at some point next year in 2025, probably fall 2025, because Dead City is going to be early 2025, and Daryl Dixon will probably be late 2025, something along the lines of that. So, but yeah, so Daryl Dixon, I honestly thought Season 3 was already going to start filming, but I'm honestly glad that they waited till August, because, well, for one, Dead City was filming, but more so because of the fact that the original time that Norman Reedus said they were gonna film was like super early, at least filming in like August, about a month or so before the second season releases. I could kind of see that, you know what I'm saying? But back in like May, like they were talking about, or like June filming Daryl Season 3, it would have been like, okay, you're like seriously overly confident, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely August makes a little bit more sense filming wise for Daryl Season 3. But yeah, that's that. So let's get into some of your Q&A comments and questions for this week. First one comes from Malutin, who says, Dan, do you think that we will get to see Daryl Dixon film for about 8 months straight in Spain for season 3 and 4? Do you think that they will film back-to-back? Also, do you think they will both be 8 episodes each, meaning that it's 16 episodes in a row that they would be filming for about 8 months worthy in Spain? You're on to something there, Malutin. Honestly, I could honestly see it, because here's the thing, right? Norman Reedus even said in an interview recently, he was like, okay, we're going to go back and film season 3 in Spain and then also season 4, So it could be that he's filming season 4 next year. It could be. But at the same time, the way he kind of connected those words, you know what I'm saying? I kind of see what you mean, is that it's like we would see like, maybe season 3, season 4 film back to back. And then Norman could maybe take a bit of a year off or maybe 2 years off or something like that. I feel like that's what it is, because Norman's schedule right now with movies and video games and stuff, he's in everything, So maybe what he's doing is that he's like, okay, we'll film season 3, we'll film season 4, we'll get a lot of that work done. And then it's like, okay, after that, I can go work on, Death Stranding. I can go work on, while he recently did a movie named Bike Riders. I'm sure other movies that he's going to be doing as well, too, and other projects, and, maybe another TV show for all we know, So, Norman's got his plate full. In other words. So, yeah, definitely, if Norman wants to take a year off and they film season 4 back-to-back to season 3, I think that'd be cool. I highly doubt that they would release season 3 and season 4 in the same year, although I guess never say never, because there isn't really another Walking Dead show besides Dead City on right now. Maybe they're just trying to keep it alive as best as they can. I don't know. But, again, 4 seasons of Daryl, I'd say slow down a little bit, see how your second season makes out first, but they're going to do it anyway, so, it's no point, of even mentioning it. But I'll say this, they're overly confident in the Daryl show being successful. I'll say that. They already know, like, oh yeah, season 4, yep, that's going to go perfectly fine, when it's like, man, like, personally, if I was making the Daryl show and I didn't even release the second season yet, I'd be like, okay, we could start filming season 3, you know what I'm saying? But, like, that's it. Like, at the very most, like, that's it. We're not going to do season 4 right now, But Gimple has other plans. Gimple has a expanded franchise, and he keeps going no matter what. So, that's what it is with that. Next one comes from K-Dog, who says that, Dan, do you think Michonne will ever give Morgan his protein bar back? I figured I'd ask you for you to throw it in the video. Yes, and it's in the video. There you go. I'll say this. Michonne and Morgan interacting would would kind of be a wet dream at that point, you know what I'm saying? Because the franchise is so split that honestly seeing that would be so amazing. We need Morgan back in the franchise, and if he does, I agree. Low-key, he needs that protein bar back because Michonne stole his protein bar for one thing. That was like over 10 years ago, and she's never paid for it since. And Morgan's onto her. You know, he's onto her. He knows that she stole the protein bar. So, yeah, no, agreed. Morgan, man, I tell you, look, I know some people would disagree with me with this, and I know this is totally unrelated, but related at the same time. A lot of people have been saying, like, I wonder if they're going to announce any new spin-offs at San Diego Comic-Con this week. I wonder if they'll announce any new shows at, Comic-Con. I would love, and I know a lot of people would hate this opinion, because a lot of people do not like Morgan. If you announced me right now a Morgan spin-off with Rick Grimes in it, you know what I'm saying? I know that's like oh, Dan, you gotta, like, no, there's no way they're gonna do that. And you're right, they definitely probably won't. But I'm telling you, a Morgan spinoff, a Morgan spinoff with Rick, co-leading, at least, I would say. Or both leading equally. I mean, honestly, that would be so good. I would love that. That to be our third show in the franchise would be so exciting. Again, I don't know if that's something that they'll ever consider doing, but if Gimple is watching this, if there's any chance in hell that Gimple is watching this, a Morgan spinoff with Rick Grimes included would be very good. Not to mention, you're kind of obligated, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers would agree with me. You're kind of obligated to bring Morgan back at one point. You set up a reunion, so don't leave us high and dry now, because that's not the way to run a franchise. So, like I said, Morgan spinoff, I would love it. I honestly would. It's the one time announcing a spinoff I would actually be excited for it, because again, Morgan Jones can be written by better writers, rather than Ian and Andy, you know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I want Morgan back in this franchise. I do not want Nightingale to be the last thing I remember from Morgan. And unfortunately right now, that's exactly what it is. So, I want some kind of switch up, some kind of change, some kind of something, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll have to see. The next one comes from Jip, who says that, Dan, do you think that we will get to see a Walking Dead crossover series at one point? And also, if so, how do you think it should end? How do you think the show should end if they were to do it? I would say this, a crossover event Walking Dead thing is not something you want to drag out. So for one thing, I would do one season and I would do 10 to 16 episodes. I know that sounds like a lot of episodes, but when you have a big cast, you know what I'm saying? You want to spend time with those characters, but you also don't want to drag it out too far either. So I wouldn't do like a 24 episode thing unless you had a really good script, you know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, I would say that ending the Walking Dead brand should at least be somewhere near what they did in the comics. You know what I'm saying? Like Rick as an old man in a rocking chair, maybe with Judith's kid, and Rick's like a grandfather, telling Judith's child the story of The Walking Dead and going through that book. I seriously think they need to do a 193 type of ending. I just would switch it because of stupid Gimple killing Carl off. I would just do, Judith has a kid, Rick's a grandpa now, and he tells his, grandson or something the story of The Walking Dead, But the difference is that Rick's alive at the end of this. He's not a dead guy. He's not somebody that just got shot and killed. He's a old man that's growing up with, Judith. And make it gritty if you want, honestly. If you want to make it gritty and it's like, okay, a good bunch of our survivors die in this final war. Like I'm talking about like Negan goes down. And if you want, you could have a few other characters go down. Morgan could die if you want to, I know it sounds crazy, but if you want to make it bleak for the final crossover ending, you could do it. You could. You know what I'm saying? Just pick the right characters is all I ask. But I'll say this, that's the thing. I think that's what we need, is a big, merging thing. But that, in general, is how I'd like it to end, is Rick as a grandpa and all that stuff. The deaths, don't take that opinion seriously, y'all, because honestly, I don't know who the hell I'd kill off. I'd have to actually be in the writer's chair to do that type of stuff. But I'll say this, at least, the ending, yeah, Rick reading to his grandson, Rick being alive in this version as an old man, Judith being a badass survivor with a family of her own now, and they've just survived this one final war. Now, obviously, I've said this before, I don't know how I would write an ending anymore, because my original idea was going to be CRM, and this huge force of the CRM is their final threat. You'd have Commonwealth versus CRM, which is something we've been building to for a long time. Obviously, that's not happening, so I don't know what the hell they would do at that point. But, again, just like I said with Carl, that's Gimple for you. So, Gimple ruined everything. I'm sorry, but he did. And then finally, we got one from Gop who says that, Dan, Do you think that season 10 is justifiably hated by the fans? I personally love season 10, and just because there's COVID episodes, I feel like people give it too much of a hard time. No, I agree. I think season 10 is a good season. I don't think it's a great season, but I think it's a good season. I've done a rewatch of it recently with a buddy of mine, and we were both like, yeah, no, this is a good season. You know, like, it's not like season 9 worthy, it's not like season 11 worthy, but it's good, you know? It's a good season. I think yeah, like, I think people look down on it too much because of the COVID episodes. I would agree with that. I think the weakest point of season 10 that's like from the normal 16 episodes would be like the cave episode was a little weak, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's really it. Like, yeah, there's some slowness in the first half, there's some buildup, but I think overall the season does its job. I just think that there's a few draggy episodes. That's the only thing I'd say about it. So anyway, guys, thank you all for your amazing comments and questions. As usual, of course, post comments down below. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe and tune us to any other videos for The Walking Dead. Sure, follow me at Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.